not everyone is built to be successful at the college level. In fact, less than 10% of all high school players will even play at the collegiate basketball level each year. Of those players, even fewer will go on to have a career professionally. From junior high to high school to college to professionally, there's always another level that each player must unlock if they want to reach their goals. While my channel is directed at every level of basketball player and coach, the majority of my content so far has been geared towards the junior high level or the high school level of player. Today I wanted to specifically target those of you that want to play at the collegiate level and those of you that are just interested in what it takes to play and be successful there. I'll share my personal experience as well as speaking to this year's SAC Coach of the Year, Coach Deal. Yes, I do have friends that I sometimes talk to, and I only have to pay them a little bit of money. Obviously, you clicked on this video because you either want to play in college or you want a behind the scenes look at what it takes for an athlete. I know for me personally, the first difference that I noticed from high school to college was the overall athleticism and size. Literally the first time I ever touched the basketball in open gym, Adam T came up to me and elbowed me in the chest and laid me on my ass, and the coach just looked at me and basically told me to get up. Adam T, you suck, by the way. Even though I was the best player on my high school team, I wasn't prepared for everyone else to literally be the best player on their high school teams. So not fair. Anyways, Coach Deal of Nelson University shares his experience of what he thinks is the biggest adjustment players need to make from high school to college. Oh, and if you comment how every single light-skinned bald person with a beard looks the same, I will block and report you.
Obviously, with the way the game is now, everybody is so old everywhere. Yeah. It is hard to play when you're young.
Yeah,
and so sure. effort is the difference maker, because if your effort is high, then you can overcome the things that you stink at, because I'm playing so hard that you have fresh young legs and the other ones don't. Like, they may be smarter and bigger, but I can play harder than you though. I may go to the wrong places, but I'm gonna get out and be everywhere. Like, that's the thing that's really the separator for a young player. And then can you manage the fact that maybe you're not getting buckets, maybe you're scoring 3 points a game, but you want to get a role. We just signed a high school kid, and I love him. And one of the reasons I like him, because he's like, I came to an open gym and they were good, and this one guy's hitting threes, and I was like, this guy's so good, I'm just gonna go set flare screens for him the whole time. And he's like, and I'm like, okay, we're at a tryout, and you're out here setting flares for a 3-point shooter, and I'm like, yeah, he's gonna do something, because he's like, okay, well, how can I impact this? If I can't do it that way, let me find a different way. Cool. That's the kind of kids that I think will be successful.
Thanks, Coach. So the main reason I wanted to highlight Coach Deal in this video is he had a major impact on my basketball career, just by giving me a chance and letting me play freely. He was the one that really let go of all the constraints in college that all the other coaches that I previously had kept me in. But it was still an immense amount of work that I personally had to put in to get that opportunity in the first place. The summer before my senior year of college, I decided to leave Oklahoma and take the 6-hour drive to York, Nebraska with literally no plan of what I would do once I got there. I just knew that I wanted to be prepared and didn't want to have any regrets for my senior year. So with all my little Ninja Turtle figurines, I packed up my car and hopped in and drove the 6 hours across 2 states using a paper map. This is before GPS was widely used, and yes, I'm old. Anyways, I had around $300 saved up that was supposed to last me the entire summer. So once I pulled up to campus in my car, I didn't drive it anymore since I didn't have the money to spare for gas. I ended up sneaking into the raggedy student dorms that were closed for the summer and didn't have any electricity. So if I needed to use the bathroom or shower after dark, yeah, I just made sure I was in bed by 7. Each week, I basically lived off of a loaf of bread and a package of bologna and the package of the plasticky cheese that was like 50 cents. One day, I overindulged and bought some mustard, so that was nice. My routine was basically to wake up and jog to the weight room. I'd lift for around an hour, hour and a half. Then for another 30 minutes to an hour, I would shoot in the gym that was connected to it. Then I would jog back home. I would make myself a bologna sandwich. And then I would head to our stadium where Coach Deal would put me through about an hour, hour and a half workout. Then I'd head back to the dorms. I'd shower early so I didn't have to deal with the creepy ghosts. Have my second bologna sandwich of the day. Ew. Then I would watch the TV series Lost, which I torrented onto my laptop. Spoiler alert, it sucked. And then I'd call it a night. This was my routine every freaking day. Not even kidding. I had nothing else to do but improve and focus on my craft. There were very few people on campus during the summer, so mainly the maintenance crew and janitors. But I put myself in that situation away from distractions for a reason. And little disclaimer, I'm not suggesting that you live off of 2 bologna sandwiches a day and sneak into dorms that you're not supposed to be in, but that's just how desperate I was. Fast forward to the preseason, I was far more prepared and in way better shape than anyone else on the team. Heck, for the first 5 games of the season, I was leading the entire nation in scoring. I know. From that point on, teams would game plan against me, and I was on their scouting report, and it was in double team, so didn't stay number 1. But regardless, I still finished my senior season getting plenty of awards and having one of the most successful basketball seasons of my entire career. To this day, I still have people telling me that I was just incredibly lucky for my opportunities, or I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. But very few people actually understand the grind and know the behind-the-scenes story of what it took for me to achieve my goals. This is the type of attitude that it takes for you to reach your goals as a basketball player. You might be looking at someone else who's getting all these opportunities, and you might not think they're putting in the time or putting in the effort, or they don't deserve them, but the entire time you're doing that, you're missing out on a ton of time that you could be making yourself better. Coach Deal says it best here.
You have 2 type of players, right? You have the kid that is always worried about the person that is doing the thing that he wishes he was doing. Yep. And then you have the person that is always worried about making themselves better. Okay, it's 2 different people. Okay. If I spend all my time looking at Johnny because Johnny took these shots, and now I'm mad because I feel like I'm better than him, and then it's time for me to perform, and I don't, but then the guy next to me, Tim, over here next to me that I wasn't even looking at, I give him a chance, and he's been worried about, Tim's the other type of player who's been worried about himself. He goes in and he's ready and he hits a shot. Now Tim's the one that took your minutes. Johnny was never your threat. Your threat was, if you were ready, you might have had a chance, but this other guy wasn't. So now we've got that. So I'm trying to define roles, and I'm like, do great with the things I'm asking you to do now. And then if you nurture that and do it, then yes, I am going to slowly give you your rope if you show me that you can handle the thing I've given you right now. It's all earned. I mean, and I think we're honest with it, and that's it.
Coach Deal, could you just shut your mouth for one second, please? Wait, what are you doing? Oh, it's just that some people are trying to sleep and he's kind of talking loud. But if they had a Manta sleep mask, they wouldn't have anything to... Okay, this is another sponsored segment, isn't it? Fine, go ahead. So we all know how important sleep is for athletes, especially for those of you that are traveling to and from tournaments now that AAU season is here. The Manta Sleep Mask is the perfect tool to help any of you out there that have trouble falling asleep like myself, mainly after big games. Honestly, when I'm trying to sleep, I always get easily distracted by light or noises around the house. But ever since I've been using this Manta Sleep Mask sound that was sent to me, I honestly can't see or hear anything at all. Not even kidding. So while my housemates might be listening to loud, obnoxious YouTube channels like Mid-Range over there, hey, I'm sitting right here. Oh, sorry, did you say something? I couldn't hear you because I was wearing my Manta Sleep Mask sound. So, if you're looking for something to help you get better sleep, the Manta Sleep Mask is perfect for you. And with the Manta Sleep Mask sound in particular, you can even listen to your favorite Katy Perry song. I myself prefer listening to a good romance novel or, a crime, murder, mystery podcast because I'm not like other girls. I'm different. So visit Manta Sleep and use the code MidRange10 to get your 10% off discount code and to support the channel. Thanks again to Manta Sleep for sponsoring today's video, and I guess back to that lousy YouTuber. Thanks, creepy sponsor guy. Anyways, playing college basketball is extremely hard to do in the grand scheme of things, and to be a starter or one of the best players is even tougher. Most people take it for granted, or they just don't want to do what's required to be successful and to stay at that level. If you're one of the people that have played college basketball, then congratulations, you understand how difficult that can be, and I respect that. If this is where you want to get to, however, don't leave anything on the table. Really have a look at yourself and decide how hard you're willing to work and what you're willing to sacrifice to reach that goal. If you want to see the full conversation I had with Coach Deal, along with other conversations I'm having with basketball players and coaches, etc., you can check those out over on the Patreon. I have a ton more guests lined up, and I'm really excited about the content we're putting out. If King Butch is okay with that. You are? Okay, good, awesome. Also, last video I mentioned that Adam Wolf was a mid-range merchant. My bad. It's mid-range master, obviously, so my bad for that. If you haven't watched some of our other videos teaching you how to work on your game, please go do that. I suggest you do that. But maybe before 7 p.m. where all the ghosts come out. Yeah. Peace.